It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns. Play host to the Golden State Warriors. The Suns win the opening tip. They'll have it first as we get going in the desert. Kevon Looney with a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Paul, defended by Steph Curry. Oh, stolen by the Warriors. A pass stolen by Phoenix. Lets it fly from long range. And Chris Paul, quick catch and shoot there. 4-3.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Jay, you know Steve Kerr wants to see his team play better at home, make sure they get home court advantage.
They slacked off last year. They were 29-12 at home. Now, that's a pretty amazing record at home, but let me tell you why they slacked off. The 3 years prior to that combined, they were 114-9. I think we're going to see that Golden State Warrior team from those years instead of the one from last year.
Booker here against Kevon Looney. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
An easy two, get back on defense.
Curry has it. To Porter. Curry. They have to keep him in their grasp.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Now Paul with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
And Draymond Green throws it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Paul with it up top. Down just a couple. Going to launch beyond the arc. Another chance. DeAndre Ayton to Booker. Mikal Bridges to Booker. Look out, Devin Booker missed his first. That one goes.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
It's Steph Curry with the rock. To Porter. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Into the front court. It's Booker. He'll run the offense. Paul matched up with Kevon Looney. And stuffs it home.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you headhunt.
Curry into the front court. They trail by 2. Steph Curry. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. In just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to exploit.
To Mikal Bridges. Here comes the screen. Mikal Bridges on a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
To Curry. And the rebound taken in by the Suns. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Curry. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Warriors have it. Curry to Green. It's Steph for 2. Steph Curry. He's now 5 for 6. His instincts are unnatural, but what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dale Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and effort.
And Chris Paul, veteran move, well defended, still buries the 3. There's a 6.
Even more of an efficient offensive player.
Bad pass there. Warriors have it. To Curry. JaVale McGee tips it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Oh, he had it.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
An example of why he's a 3-and-D guy. Mikal Bridges, tough shot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
Here comes the screen. Here's a chance from long range. Had made his first couple, but he misses there.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Paul, defended by the former Hoya. Had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you on the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
To Curry. Can't miss those. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
Look, sometimes it takes a little while to get into the flow of the game. During the next timeout or during the next break in action, take the ball, go shoot it. See the ball go through the net a couple of times.
Hayden with a shot, no good.
That's called a heat check right there. Surprised he missed that one. That was an open look.
JaVale McGee. Warriors come away with it. Draymond Green, 2 for 2. That's what you... With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Back his first step. Will he still have it? There you go.
Steph Curry picked up by Paul. Driving right to the basket. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive...
Here, 90% at the line. Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. We are through one quarter on Christmas night. Jay and I are back after this. It's a special presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. Jay, one quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out.
So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. It's Phoenix ball.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you, me and you.
Draymond Green. Huge block. That's out. Last touch by Draymond Green. Paul. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Iguodala to bring it up. Minute gone by in this second quarter. The drive right to the basket. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way. Down the second after missing the first. Phoenix with it.
I got ball. I got some for him. Hey, watch the screen left.
Probing the defense. Paul here against Kevon Looney.
Screen coming, get mine.
The screen sets him up for 2.
Bread and butter, and there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Suns.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
To Paul. Now to Booker, down low. Look out, Devin Booker. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Short jumper stays out.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Hey, kick me the ball.
Paul. 5 on the shot clock for Phoenix. Possession lies with Golden State. Devin Booker sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Here comes the screen. Paul. That one off the mark. It's no good. Can't connect from inside.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Here comes the screen. Paul. From long range. And it's Iguodala to claim the rebound. To Wiggins. 5 to shoot for Golden State. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Paul to Mikal Bridges. Paul. Can't connect. It's no good. Wiggins. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. To Mikal Bridges. Fires the three. Not going down here. Down low Green. Stuffs it down with authority.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Crowder against Andrew Wiggins. Screen coming. Paul driving, but he can't connect.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
No, don't see the read. Be the read.
Ah, the monster stuff. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Oh, stolen by the Warriors.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Mikal Bridges on a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors. So important to take care of the basketball. Easy two on the other end after the turnover.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back. Everybody communicated. Everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Oh, the Suns come up with the steal.
When it's a tight game, those missed opportunities on the road make it tough.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Steph Curry, guarded by CP3. To Green. Porter. Curry. Can't connect. Paul across the timeline. Under a minute to go before halftime. Here comes the screen. Paul, defended by Steph Curry. To Mikal Bridges. Paul. He was all over him. Bjelica matched up with Paul.
Defense, let's go.
To Porter. Beyond the arc for three. Misfires. It's no good. The follow won't go either. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and, most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Curry with the ball. Runner's good there.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Draymond Green sends it away. We've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Suns have the lead, but not by much. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible, and if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers to the Phoenix Suns. The Warriors have kept it close after one half. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Golden State Warriors.
Game track. Steals.
That must have been a difficult half of basketball for these coaches to watch. Neither team was able to hold on to the ball, as you can see by the steals in these highlights. Still, some credit should go to the guys with the active hands.
Player of the half.
Chris Paul most definitely deserves to be player of the half for the way he distributed the ball. It was an excellent display of court vision and solid passing. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
It's Curry controlling the offense. Knocks it down off the step back.
Ooh, is there a medic in the house? You need to get those ankles retaped ASAP.
Paul into the front court. Tie game, third quarter. Here comes the screen. Paul, tough matchup with Draymond Green. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Here's Curry with it up top. His guys down 3. That's no good.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. For three, no good. To Curry. Fires the three. He buries it.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
You're on the island now. Get down, get down, get down. Half court, here come, here come.
Paul to Booker.
Here come left.
They get it down to Paul. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
It's Steph at the controls. Nothing going here on that drive. Curry. Add 2 points to the board.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Booker with it. Our score all even in this third quarter. Crowder against Porter. Here's Booker on the drive, but his shot misses. Curry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Oh, blocked away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Booker. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. For three. Not getting the bounce. The follow won't go either. Curry has it.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
Trying to cash in. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Paul into the front court. His guys trail now by 4.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
A bad pass there. Warriors have it. Curry. That won't go. Porter picked up by Booker. To Green. Curry. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion, the backspin. It gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Paul takes aim at Steph Curry. Draymond Green rejects it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
It's Suns ball. Here comes the screen. Paul. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Curry with the basketball. Up by 6. From the painted area, won't go down.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
To Paul. Lets it fly from long range. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
Warriors basketball. Steph Curry, guarded by CP3. Takes stock of the floor. Curry and the Suns right there for the rebound.
Green, I got your help.
Draymond Green snatching it out of the air. They've got it back.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Curry. Shot from the lane won't go. The follow won't go either. JaVale McGee to Paul. Going to launch beyond the arc. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. To Green.
Watch the cutter, man.
A pass stolen by Phoenix. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
It's Steph Curry with the rock. To Green. Ah, rocking the rim. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first 3 have lived up to the billing.
Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, Ed. That's 5 blocks tonight.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Oh, stolen by the Warriors. To Green. Curry buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. The Warriors with the lead. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Here comes the screen. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Crowder takes aim at Steph Curry. Nothing going here on that drive. To Booker. The Suns with 4 to shoot. Here's a chance from long range. Cleans it up. And that's rebounded by Golden State. To Curry. The pass set it all up.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Suns with the basketball. Booker. DeAndre Ayton to Booker. Look out, Devin Booker. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Curry to bring it up. Up 6. Oh, he had him there for a second. Curry. Warriors with 4 to shoot. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
New blood coming in for both sides. Phoenix has the ball. Five on the shot clock for Phoenix. From long range. Ooh, he'll take that.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Curry into the front court. Leads 5. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and Stephen Curry, the fastest release in the NBA, hits the 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Suns control the possession. To Booker. Nothing going here on that drive. JaVale McGee. Fires the 3. Off the mark. Here's Curry with it up top. His team on top by 8. Spinning shot. Won't fall. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Into the front court, it's Booker. His guys trail by 10. Screen coming. Devin Booker. He drills the 3. Curry with the ball. Beyond the arc for 3. And that's rebounded by the Suns. To Booker. Here comes the screen. Booker. For three. Off the iron. No good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Driving right to the basket. Return label included.
The offense might want to adjust here. That's his 4th block of the evening.
Passed it off. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
Hey, watch this screen left.
To Booker. Has a look. Look out, Devin Booker. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes. Steph Curry picked up by Paul. To Wiggins. Curry. Yes, Andrew Wiggins. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Can't connect. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Probing the defense. Paul takes aim at Steph Curry. Here comes the screen. Paul. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
On a bad pass, going to be taken away by the Warriors.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And finishes. Draymond takes it out on the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Stephen Curry with a look. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Now Paul with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. Mikal Bridges with the strong finish.
And easy to get back on defense.
Curry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Porter to Curry. Nothing going here on that drive. Not that time.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the rest of it.
Whoa, look what I found.
You know it's a bad block when somebody snatches the ball out of the air. Wow.
Paul with it up top. His guy's down 11. Screen coming. Paul to Mikal Bridges. Rises for the slam.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Curry with the basketball. The lead stands at 9. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Paul. Textbook defense. Curry to bring it up. He'll run the offense. Nice pass to set things up. No good. Bad pass there. Warriors have it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Green to Curry. And he's fouled. Nice move that. And he's going to the line for 2.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Stephen Curry has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free throws. It's Phoenix ball. Crowder up against Porter. Here comes the screen. Booker. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. To Curry. Cruises inside for 2.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Mikal Bridges. Fires the 3. First one, count it. And he misses the second. To Curry. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
To Green. Turns and slams it down. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither. Has a chance. Booker's shot, no good. It's the Warriors who get the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Warriors got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Check out the leading scores for the Golden State Warriors. The Suns put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Fast break points.
The Phoenix Suns can look back at this game and point to their poor transition defense as the primary reason for today's loss. Too often, they found themselves out of position once the outlet passes were finding their intended targets.
Player of the game.
Steph Curry put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in a zone, he just took it to another level. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Warriors got themselves a win here today. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. The Suns didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Fast break points.
The Phoenix Suns did so many things wrong when it came to defending the fast break. I'm not sure it's the kind of thing that can be fixed with a single practice, so they better get started, and soon.
Player of the game.
Steph Curry gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Warriors put one in the win column with a solid performance. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Golden State Warriors. The Suns just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored to the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Fast break points.
The Phoenix Suns seemed to have issues communicating when it came to transition defense. They gave up way too many easy baskets.
Player of the game.
Steph Curry could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Warriors put together a nice win here today. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. The Suns didn't get the victory they wanted here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Check out the leading scores for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Fast break points.
The Phoenix Suns can look back at this game and point to their poor transition defense as the primary reason for today's loss. Too often, they found themselves out of position once the outlet passes were finding their intended targets.
Player of the game.
Steph Curry put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another level. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Warriors added a win with today's solid victory. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Golden State Warriors. The Suns couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Fast break points.
The Phoenix Suns did so many things wrong when it came to defending the fast break. I'm not sure it's the kind of thing that can be fixed with a single practice, so they better get started, and soon.
Player of the game.
Steph Curry gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Warriors came away with the victory in this one. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. The Suns put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored to the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Fast break points.
The Phoenix Suns seemed to have issues communicating when it came to transition defense. They gave up way too many easy baskets.
Player of the game.
Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Warriors were solid in today's victory. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Golden State Warriors. The Suns didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Fast break points.
The Phoenix Suns can look back at this game and point to their poor transition defense as the primary reason for today's loss. Too often, they found themselves out of position once the outlet passes were finding their intended targets.
Player of the game.
Steph Curry could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Warriors got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. The Suns just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Fast break points.
The Phoenix Suns did so many things wrong when it came to defending the fast break. I'm not sure it's the kind of thing that can be fixed with a single practice, so they better get started, and soon.
Player of the game.
Steph Curry put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in a zone, he just took it to another level. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Warriors got themselves a win here today. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Check out the leading scores for the Golden State Warriors. The Suns didn't get the victory they wanted here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored to the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Fast break points.
The Phoenix Suns seemed to have issues communicating when it came to transition defense. They gave up way too many easy baskets.
Player of the game.
Steph Curry gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Warriors put one in the win column with a solid performance. And some people may disagree. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.